Good afternoon, Hornet Nation. Welcome to Braemar Arena South, where your Bantam Hornets will be playing in the third place game against, yet again, Centennial Cougars. So after Edina went down in a shootout in dramatic fashion this morning, we're here to close out this tournament with a win against a team we lost to just 2 games ago, the Centennial Cougars. So we're going to start out with Dorsey, Nolan, and Hester, backed up by Potts and Potter. And away we go. Huge guy throwing it rink wide across and down into the Hornet zone, where Nolan steals it across the line. Dorsey looks up, gives it to Hester. Hester now punches through as the Cougars retreat behind their cage, looking to break out. Cougars from the corner, blowing a tire. Dorsey in on the puck, looking to center it to Nolan. Nolan spins around, fires right out front. Nobody home. Cougars now rolling with speed into the Hornet zone. Potts tries to hold his man to the outside. A quick shot, waffled away by Quick. Thrown behind the cage. Cougars picking it up. Starting out front, turned away. Dorsey throwing it up to Hester. Hester now punching it in as the Hornets go for a line change. No score early on here. As Centennial walks across the line, blows a tire, Helmer punching up the boards to Ivany. Goes right through his legs and down deep into the Cougar zone. From behind the net, Cougars rolling, intercepted by Ferrara. Boys banging on the wall. Picked up by the Cougars as they slide it across the ice. Helmer rolling. He's going to pick it up behind the Hornet cage. Stops short, looks up ice, slides it to Ewers. Ewers across to Ivany. Ivany through the red line, gaining on the left side, rolling around. He's tripped down, no call. As the Cougars pick it up for the breakout. Dangerous pass into the slot. Couldn't get the wood on it. Into the slot again. Nobody home. Cougars now throwing it up the wall all the way down. This should go for an icing, and it does. With 13:08 in the first frame. Both teams trying to find their footing. And the Hornets really want this as a revenge for the Centennial Cougars scoring with 2 seconds left in the last game to win. So Bergmeyer, Kervita, and Wilkins on, backed up by Darlene and Mizzle. Off the draw, Wilkins shoves his man aside, and the puck goes to the opposite corner. Cougars on the breakout as they slide through the neutral zone, punching it into the Hornet zone, and Darlene collects behind the net. Slipping it up on the boards for Bergmeyer. Bergmeyer decides to stop short, slide it back around the cage to Mizzle. Mizzle sliding through, picked up by Huge Guy, rolling in on the short side, nothing. Trying to steer it out front, nothing again. Mizzle in the corner, throwing it around to Darlene on the near side, up to Kervita. Kervita through the neutral zone, sliding it all the way across, intercepted at the last second. What is that? I got you on Wi-Fi. We'll see how it goes. We're having some technical difficulties, so just hang with us. Cougars rolling in. Firing shot, another firing shot, turned aside from the corner. Thrown into the slot again. Hornets playing with fire as Potter now wheels from the backside. Up to Hester. Hester's knocked down. Cougars are going to get a penalty. So just a note, if we do lose the stream, we'll send out another link. So keep an eye out for that. Dorsey, Kervita, Ewers, backed up by Bauer and Darlene. Darlene from the point, surveys, looks across, fires a shot, hits traffic and turns aside. Bauer from the wall, throwing it back to Darlene. Darlene in the high slot, looking. Down to Bauer. Bauer rolls in on the dot, loses the handle. Picked up by Dorsey. Dorsey looks to center, slides it back to Bauer on the wall. Bauer looks, back to Darlene up top. Darlene firing! Saved by the Cougar tender. So we'll do it again. Dorsey on the draw. Puck slides down into the corner, and Ewards pins his man against the wall. Dorsey comes away, looking. Back to Darlene at the point. Looking across. Down to Bauer. Bauer from the corner, pinned up against the wall. Cougars try to punch out of the zone. They do. Darlene does a good job sweeping and cleaning up as he circles the net, looking for an outlet. Rolling up with speed through the neutral zone, punching it down into the Cougar end. Kavita gives chase into the corner. Darlene from the wall, back down to Kavita. Cougars now tilt the ice back the other way. A long stretch pass racing down. Bauer's going to keep him to the outside. Ties up his man, and Quickie covers up. So Bergmeyer, Ivany, and Ferrara on, backed up by Mizzelt and Helmer. Puck out front, slides over the net. Bergmeyer from the corner looks up ice. Stopping short, tied up. Ivany comes away with the puck behind the net. Rolling up, it's Ivany across the line, streaking in, trying to center. Is he going to wrap it around? No. Looking back to Mizzelt at the point. Mizzelt walks in, fires, low shot, rebound, nothing. With 5 seconds left in the man advantage. So Nolan, Dorsey, Hester, Potts and Potter. Nolan on the draw. Puck tied up on the dot, a quick shot. Salted away by the Cougar tender, and the Cougars are at full strength. And once again covered up. So we will do it again. And once again tied up in the slot area. Cougars now advancing through the neutral zone with speed. 3-on-2 situation as they roll in. Soft shot, big rebound by Quick giving up, but the puck goes into the corner. Potter battling his man. It's 17 against a huger 17. Now into the slot, naked, swept away by Dorsey. Still contained in the zone. Cougars wrap around from the point and throw it down all the way around the net. Potter throws it to Potts. Potts now looking up ice, just on the backhand side of Nolan, and this is going to go down for an icing.
Check again.
Bauer on the wall, pinned up, hassled by Cougars. Dorsey in to try to chip it through as the puck is sent back down into the corner. Back to the point. Dorsey wrangling the puck through and out of the zone, collected by the Cougar defense. Long rink-wide pass, punched down into the Hornet zone, and Bauer will have to get this one wrapped up. As he spins around, slides it just beyond Hester's reach. Held at the point, shot deflected out front. Cougars working it behind the net. Bauer battling his man. Cougars looking to center out front. Helmer ties up his man. Comes away to Nolan. Nolan working up the ice, hassled by a big number 18. All the way across the ice. It's the boys battle on the near side wall. Bauer steps up, walks through the red line, now gains on the right side. Drops to Ewers in the slot. Knocked off the puck. Cougars tilt the ice back the other way, punching it down. Intercepted by Helmer, who throws it to Bauer. Bauer punching it down. Cougars collect. Farrar meets his man in the corner. Ewers looking to center. Knocked off the puck. Ivany, everyone down there. Bodies falling all over the place as Ferrara sends it back to Ivany. Darlene from the point. Firing shot. There's a tip. Ferrara trying, working it. Stood up there. As Ewers comes in and cleans up his man. Darlene again throws it down. There's another tip. Ivany from the corner. Wheels around to Ferrara in the slot. His stick was held up at the last second. Ivany from the slot. Firing shot over the net. What pressure by the Hornets. Back to the point. Nizzle looks. Fires on net. Hits traffic. And the Cougars punch it out of the zone all the way down for an icing. So, Ivany, Ferrara, Ewers. Backed up by Mizzleton, Darlene. Cougars working off the far side wall, trying to advance the puck. Mizzle slaps at it, works at it, drills it over to Darlene. Darlene up, chipping it up to Ewers. Ewers breaking in on the right side. He's got Ferrara sliding across. No connection could be made. Stopped short by the goalie from behind the net. Ewers throws it out front. Ivany from the corner. Working it up. Gets knocked off the puck. Helmer tries to pinch up. Or Ferrara. Everyone in there. As the Cougars advance across the line. Legged aside by Quick. So we're going to get a penalty. Mizzle to the box for tripping. No, I don't know what it is. Misconduct penalty. So it looks like a 2-10 situation. As Ewers comes in to take the 2 minutes. So we'll be without the services of Mizzle for the balance of this period and a little bit into the next. So Kravita and Wilkins in to kill this one, backed up by Potter and Potts. Cougars now trying to send it back, crossing the line. Kravita almost had a little sweep move down the right side. Interception by Wilkins as he tosses it out of the zone and thrown back in for an offsides. So we got a face-off at center ice. 6:29 on the clock, no score on the board. Puck comes back to the Cougar D as they cycle and look up ice. They try to slide D to D, but a missed pass. Kravita's in, hassling him on the backside. Good job by Kravita. Wilkins in, tips a cross-ice pass, and the Cougars now break through the neutral zone. Gaining on the right side, 3-on-2 situation. Long shot sails wide, held at the point, tossed right back down. Potts overskates his man. Holds his man to the boards. And we're going to get another penalty. So a cross-checking call. The Hornets will be down 2 men for the next minute and 9 seconds. So Bauer and Helmer and Bergmeyer. A tall task as the Hornets got their backs against the wall. Bauer lifting it high and out of play. So we have a sea of green down in the Edina penalty box. Bergmeyer off the draw. Bauer now trying to cycle it around the net. Elmer's going to pick this one up in the corner. Battling his man on the wall. Cougars come away, send it to the point. Looking, walking in, one-time cranker. Glove down by Quick. He couldn't quite get the leather on it. Now back to the point again. Looking for a lane. Down to the dot. Firing shot. And in the net. Short side shot. Beat Quick. Down low. And the 5-on-3 man disadvantage proved too much for the Hornets. So back to 5-on-4 hockey. With the score, Centennial 1, Hornets 0 with 5:23 in the first. So Nolan and Hester out with Darlene and Potter. Centennial gains the line, walks in, looks for a centering pass and holds short. Leaving at the point, drop pass on the dot, firing across, nobody home. Nolan tries to punch it out, but it's held on the line. From the point, Cougars throw it down low to the corner. Looking for a centering pass, intercepted smartly by Nolan, and the Cougars will have to reset. Trying to break through in the middle, 3-on-2. They have numbers as they walk in. Hornets flooding the zone. Puck skitters over the net. Darlene trying to hold his man to the outside. 56 seconds left in the man advantage. Cougars down low, centering out front. Saved by Quick. Cougars still controlling down low. Looking from the circle. Sliding all the way across to the point. Firing shot. Goes wide. Puck cycles all the way around. Nolan trying to hold his man to the outside. Nice stick check there as Darlene punches it out. Held on the line. Good job by the Cougars. Now swept away by Hester, who tosses it out of the zone up to Nolan. Nolan can't quite find the handle. Now Hester in on the trailer. He's knocked off the puck as the Cougars reset behind their cage. 15 seconds left in the man advantage. Potter steps up, pushes it out. I think we're going to get too many men on the ice for the Cougars. And the Cougars will see the gate for too many men on the ice. So for the next 12 seconds, be 4-on-4 hockey, at which time the Hornets will get a player back and will actually have the man advantage with 4:02 on the clock. Irony off the draw, Cougars come away. Powering through the red line, blasting it down into the Hornet end. Darlene looks to pick it up. Stopping short behind the cage. Darlene looks up, surveys, can't find a lane. Looking. Holding. He doesn't know where he's going. Sliding it all the way across. It's Ivany. Ivany rolling through, gaining on the left side, walking around the circle, looking to center. All the way around, looking. Back to Darlene at the point. Darlene down to Ivany on the circle, looking, trying to slide it through. He's banked away. Ivany looks across, drops it to Darlene. Darlene skates in, firing shot, trapped, banging, nothing. Saved by the Cougar tender. So Bergmeyer, Wilkins, Ivany, Darlene, Ferrara. Off the draw. Ivany trying to get it back to Darlene, but the Cougars get there first and tip it out of the zone. Darlene racing back to collect the puck in the Hornet zone. Turning, burning, tackled by a Cougar. No call. Ivany in to help out. Puck comes back. Cougars holding the zone. Need I remind the Hornets that they are actually on a power play. Cougars from behind the net. Still controlling. Flung back down around. Ferrara chasing it down in the far side corner. Looking up ice. Puck deflected away. Darlene from behind the cage looking up. Long bank pass up to Wilkins, and it just tips beyond his stick in the Cougar zone. Wilkins working on the wall. Puck sent out. Nolan from the backside looks across. Slides it up to Ivany on the wall. Ivany tries to bank it in the zone. Darlene picks up the trailer. Darlene rolling in. Darlene looking for a center. There it is out front. Banging. Covering up. And there's a save by the Cougar tender once again.